This is A News at 11.
Good evening. Students and staff from 4 local high schools have been waiting anxiously for months to find out if their schools will stay open or be closed for good. The biggest fight has been between the community of Elmvale and trustees. Jackie Crandles is just back from the Simcoe County School Board offices in Midhurst to tell us what happened.
The crowd inside the Simcoe County District School Board offices erupts after trustees vote to postpone the closure of a handful of area high schools.
And to finally hear some progress and some consistency with the trustees, it just truly brings me to happiness.
In June, board staff recommended closing Elmvale District High School and building a new school in Wasaga Beach. Trustees were supposed to vote on the recommendation tonight and also decide the fate of schools in Penetanguishene, Midland, and Stayner. But a motion tabled by trustee Brad Saunders put the vote on hold.
The financial landscape has changed. Back when the ARC was in session, it appeared that there was going to be money available for renovation and for new construction. That has changed as a result of the essentially world economic crisis. And so the ministry's made it clear that there's no money available. And so since so many of those recommendations were premised on the fact that there would be money, it seemed logical to go in a slightly different direction.
Reaction to the delay is mixed.
Somewhat disappointed. We've watched them go through 3 long meetings and they've finally decided to not decide. And it's very frustrating to see all the students come down and watch adults do adult business and come up with such a frustrating outcome.
Alex Ron says the postponement will buy students, teachers, and parents at Elmvale District High School more time to convince the Ministry of Education to provide more money for improvements to the facility.
Like they said, the Toronto schools are getting way more money and we're not getting any. So I'm thinking they're just stalling and trying to think of something.
Staff says it will now recommend an attendance area review of the communities in question and look at alternate ways to deal with a lack of students at some schools and overcapacity at others. Penetanguishene Secondary School student Jade Huguenin says the motion is a step in the right direction.
The trustees have completely changed their views. They've become more educated, had a lot more progress than they have had in over a year's span. So if you can do that in 2 months, who knows what you can do in the following months.
And it's important to note that tonight's vote does not mean the decision to close any of the schools in question is off the table. Recommendations can be brought back to the table by any of the trustees at any time. Jane?